very excited about this video because, of course, it's the start of the new year, or we're close to the start of the new year. Close. I know we've been here for a couple weeks, but we're still in the beginning months of the new year. So I thought it would be great to go over my entire TBR that I have right now coming into the year, all the books that I plan on reading, because I got to get these off the list. I don't want to hold books for longer than a year. I think that's going to be my new thing. I want to get them off my list, because one thing I did find last year, there were a lot of books that I had on my TBR for a couple years, and they were actually really good. So while I'm out here, and I know it's exciting because there's always new releases, but I had all these good reads on my shelf and I wasn't reading them because I was constantly buying new books. And I was like, dang, I wish I had read this a long time ago. It was so good. So one of the things I really want to work on is trying to read what I have. I'm not saying I'm not going to buy new books. I just want to make sure that I don't buy so many books that year, but so many books that I don't get to the ones I have, and then they're sitting on my shelf for years. Now, I know there are some books we kind of want to hold on to, because, if a Richard Osman book drops, I'm always like, I don't know if I want to start reading this one, because how long do I have to wait? I get that, but I'm just talking more in general. So we're going to go through my entire TBR. I'm just basically going to give you the name, the author, and if I can remember off of the top of my head what it's about, I'll give you a quick blurb. But we have a lot of books to go through. I'm not exactly sure how many. This is what I am starting the year off with. And I do want to also do a video of the books that I have on my list that I want to add to my TBR for the year, because normally I don't have a list. I know, outside of Richard Osman, and then there's Stephen Graham Jones, and I can't remember the author right now, but she wrote the Cinnamon Falls Mystery. I love that series. I really, I like Benjamin Stevens. So there are a few authors that I have where I'm like, when's the next book coming out? But I don't really have a lot. So there are a lot of books that come out. I don't even know they're coming out. I just go to the bookstore and I see it there and I'm like, oh, okay, you're here. So I actually took the time to actually look through, there were a lot of articles on anticipated reads and things. I was like, let me see what's coming out. And I went down the list and I was reading some of the synopses. Would that be it? I don't know. Anyway, I was reading the blurbs, the summaries, and I was like, oh, I want this, add to list. So I think I kind of want to do a video on the books that I want to get in 2026 this year, just based off of what I saw. And of course, we're always going to find, those gems out there. So let's go ahead and get started. In no particular order, I'm literally just doing this in stacks. I moved everything from the bookshelf over here, so it'll be easier for me to go through them. So I got to move my little candles here. Now, this stack right here, really quickly, y'all have definitely already heard me talk about these ones because these are on my TBR for this month of January. So I'm just going to go through them really quickly. This one is No One Saw a Thing by Andrea Mara. She wrote Someone's in the Attic, which I really liked. Definitely gave spooky vibes. This one is about kids getting on a train. One kid gets off. What happened? This one, The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. I have no clue. I know what it's about, but I can't give you a quick synopsis, so I'm going to keep going. Death on an Island by Eliza Reid. And then we have Night Watcher by Daphne Woolsoncroft. And lastly, we have Our Girl, kind of local. I think she's from Beaufort or Savannah or something like that. But Forget Me Not by Stacey Willingham. I'm excited about this one because the last one that came before this one was not my favorite, so we'll see. Then moving on to this next stack, we have The House Party by Rita Cameron. This one is about a realtor. I don't know if she's a realtor or she's a first-time home buyer or something like that. She buys this house to flip, and these kids trash it, and she's like, oh heck no, you're not gonna do that to my stuff. And I was like, okay, pull up, y'all mess with the wrong person. Our Last Resort by Clement Marchalon. He wrote The Quiet Tenant, really, really good book. Have no clue what this is about. And then The Missing Half by Ashley Flowers. In this list, we have Finlay Donovan Jumps the Gun by El Casimino. This is actually a series. I don't know what number this is. I didn't realize this was a series until I went to like Barnes, and then I saw like Finlay Down, because I actually got this from the Dollar Tree. I saw Finlay Down and I was like, oh, there's more about this person. So this is a series. So if it's a good series, that would be great, because I do love reading and having those series to just go back to for your favorite characters. In Deadly Company by L.S. Stratton. This is by a Black author. I've never read anything by this author, but I heard her books are really good, so I was excited about this one. We have your girl Frida McFadden, The Intruder. This book feels so freaking thin. I think it's weird because normally I'm used to her books being like kind of shorter and thicker, but we have this one, and this one I think came out last year. And then No Second Chances by Rio Ewers, I think that is. All right. The Party by Natasha Preston. I'm not sure, but I actually think this might be like a young adult thriller. Always the First to Die by R.J. Jacobs. Murder at the Black Cat Cafe by Shish Yokomozi. That's that one. There's more light. It's gloomy outside. I'm like literally standing in front of the window, but it's so gloomy. The Bridesmaid by Kate Quinn. And No Accident by Laura Bates. All right. We have The Stalker by Sarah Alderson. Which, why do I feel like I bought this book twice? I don't know. Bethlehem Road Murder by Batya Gur. This is one of the books I need to literally put on my TBR ASAP. This is one of the oldest books, the longest books that's been on my TBR. If you are not new here, last year I was like, I'm determined to get through my entire TBR. And I did. Y'all, I read everything that I had purchased before 2025. Except this book and one. Well, actually, I think the other book I bought in January of 2025. I can't remember. But this is like the oldest book on my TBR, so I really need to get that one read. Linwood Barclay's Whistle. One Dark Night by Hannah Rochelle. Where did I get this from? I was going to say the Dollar Tree, but I don't think so, because it doesn't have that Dollar Tree label. I don't even remember buying that. And then All My Bones by P.J. Nelson. This one I am excited about. This is a series. The first one is called Books for Murder. It's about a small town. A young lady inherits like her, I think it's her great aunt, either her great aunt or her grandmother's bookstore in a small town. She moves back, somebody gets got, but it's a series, so I'm excited to see what else is going to happen in her life. All right, over here we're getting to that second oldest book. This is the second longest on my TBR, Listen to Your Sister by Nina Veal. Like I said, I can't remember if I bought this in January of last year or December of the year before. Either way, it's been there a while, so it needs to get on the TBR and get read, like the monthly TBR, and get read. All Eyes on Him by Eliana Zander, A Genius or a Monster. I think this one like takes place around New Year's Eve, I think. Because I remember, I feel like I was looking at it and I was like, oh, I need to put it on like my holiday TBR. But I like bought it like close to the end of December or whatever. But we have that. The Cracked Mirror by Chris Brookmeyer. This was one of my London finds. And this one as well, The Ashes of London by Andrew Taylor. The Traitor by Ava Glass. This is one of my newest Dollar Tree finds, like in the last couple weeks. So I would say check your local Dollar Tree because they had several copies of the books that they dropped. So they should be getting, I feel like I saw them in pretty much all of the ones I went to. So I feel like maybe they are able, like they got so many that you probably can find it because maybe they had to distribute them through all of them. I don't know, but if you're interested in that one, it's there. The Things Went Then Things Went Dark by Bea Fitzgerald. I feel like this one's going to be interesting. Young Rich Widows by, this one has 4 authors, which I've never read a book with more than 2 authors, so I think that's cool. It's Kimberly Bell, Lane Fargo, Kate Holohan, and Vanessa Lilly. And this book is basically, it takes place like in the 80s. There's a plane crash and all of these wealthy men, die in that plane crash. But the women are like, well, wait a second. They weren't even supposed to be in New York. Like, they weren't supposed to be in that area. So it's like, why were they there and what really happened? So that's what this one is about. And I think it's supposed to be like, I don't know if they really are like TV personalities or just really famous rich people. This one, Wifey's Next Twisted Fate by Kiki Swinson. It's a little cutie. It's a little novella. This is a Black author. I've never read anything by them, and I did get this one from the Dollar Tree recently. All right, I did that one. Blood in the Water by Tiffany D. Jackson. My cousin has been telling me to read this. This is a young adult novel. There is no trauma in this one, so I made sure of that before I got it. It actually talks about families that live on Oak Bluff and something that occurs there. And if you know anything about Oak Bluff, that is where very wealthy Black people have like lived on Martha's Vineyard and vacationed there for like years and years and decades. So really excited about that. The Red Letter by Daniel G. Miller. Deadfall by Stephen Wallenfels. And last one in this deck is Daphne by Josh Mallerman, and he actually wrote The Bird Box. I am terrified of this book. There are page numbers, but y'all, there are no chapters. None. So those are those stocks. Now, I don't know why I piled these up front because I'm going to have to move these around, but let's talk about this little box back here. Can y'all see that? Y'all can. Yes, you can see this. My Harry Potter collection. I'm not going to take them out, but I still have books 4, 5, 6, and 7 to read. So we will be getting back on our Harry Potter reads. Yes, I was completely on the screen. I'm sorry. On top of here, we have the side. I'm going to pick it up. Y'all, I'm sorry. Like, I got all the decor up here. I didn't think this through. So we have The Siren. So this is by Amelia Hart. She wrote Wayward. Wayward is literally one of my favorite stories, my favorite books, and I've been holding on to this one. My coworker read the book, but she gave like Wayward a 3, and I was like, girl, how could you? But she said this one was good, so I'm excited to read this one. It's with like mermaids and something like that. All right, so I'm gonna move all of these. And then I'm just going to pull from the back here as carefully as I can. All right. All His Pretty Girls by Charlie Cox. Oh my gosh. Now I know why I'm confused. So this book is called The Really Dead Wives of New Jersey. I was getting this one confused with Really Rich Widows. This is the one where I feel like on the season of So yeah, still I don't know. No, it is. These are the women that are in a reality show. They literally give the same vibe. These are the women who are in a reality show. So basically they're doing a reality show. These 2 people get together, someone ends up dead, and they're like, this is like actually happening as the reality show is being filmed. So this is what I was talking about with the other book, but I did tell you what the book was about. That was accurate, but this is the one that is reality show based. This one is The Butterfly House. It's by Katrine Enberg. We have The Appeal by Janice Hallett. I've read 2 of her books. I really like her books. They are always, I can put this down. They are always, or at least all the books I've seen by her are always written in like emails, text messages, and things like that. And I think it is so fun to read. I remember the first one I read was like The Mysteries Case of the Alperton Angels. I think that's what it's called. When I got that book, I was like, I don't know. Like my girl recommended, she was like, I think you're going to like it. And I was nervous because I was like, am I really going to get a story? And you do. That one was good. But the one that I've only read 2 of her books. The one that I love, I just finished it for Christmas, is The Christmas Appeal, which actually, I believe this is the first one. And then it's The Christmas Appeal. But there's also one called The Silent Appeal. So I don't know. You can definitely read them out of order because like in The Christmas Appeal, it'll allude to things that happened in the book before it. But you don't feel like you don't know what's going on in the story. And if my mind, I'm trying to remember some of these names. Yeah, so you have the same detectives in this one as the other one. And basically they're just trying to figure out a murder that takes place. And this murder takes place within a group of people who are like acting at like a community theater. So, I liked it. 1 murder, 15 suspects. Can you uncover the truth? And like I said, I read the Christmas one. And actually, this one says someone's already gone to prison for murder. So I'm like, is the other one before this one? I don't know. But they're so good. And like I said, I don't feel like you have to read them in order. The next one I got is the Typhoid Code. And this one, or Typhoid Code. This is by Janice Hallett as well. It's time to solve the crime of the century. Now, this one is not connected to the appeal. So all of this one is also written in the same style, but like the appeal, the Christmas appeal, and the secret appeal, those 3 are like a series, but this one here is completely separate from that. Where are we? Okay. All right, so Bitter Shore by V.V. James. I've been waiting for this book basically since I started reading, reading again, I should say, in like 2022, 23. The first book is The Sanctuary. Definitely read it. The Sanctuary is actually, I believe, a little thicker than this. When I tell you that it's still, if someone said like, what should I read? I would still pick that book. I love it. This is a TV show. I refuse to watch it because when I went to just like read the synopsis, like I don't think the show had actually come out yet, or it was coming out, but when I read the synopsis of like the characters and how they were describing them, I was like, wait, that's not how they are in the book. That's not even what they look like. So I was like, absolutely not. But I am excited to get back into the story. Basically, in the first one, you meet these group of people. In those group of people, one of them are witches, possibly 2. She has a coven, and then stuff goes wrong and people start turning on each other left and right. It was really, really good. So this is part 2. Don't know what it's about, but I'm happy to go in blind. She Waits for You Beyond the Dark by Kristen Simmons. This is also a young adult novel, and I have to remember not everyone has been here before. Everything on this table is a thriller, a mystery, or a horror, because this is a horror, except for, of course, my Harry Potter, but that's still like suspenseful. And Sirens. That one, Wayward did fall in like the mystery category. I can't remember if this one does, but outside of that, everything is either a mystery, a thriller, and sometimes a horror. This is actually a part of a duology, is what I think they call it. So I guess this is going to be the last one, but you know, sometimes they say that when you get a sequel and then there's like 30 movies after. I really, really enjoyed this first one. This is basically, yep, it says it on this one, then it's a duology, so I guess we won't get a third one. The first one is Find Him Where You Left Him Dead, and it is a Japanese, one of the quotes is Jumanji, but Japanese inspired, and that really does hit, and it's so good. So definitely get the first one. Then this was months ago, so I doubt it's still going to be there. I got it way before that, but I actually bought my cousin a copy. I was in Dollar Tree and they had it, and I was like, I know you like stuff like this. Read this one. The second one is coming out. It Should Have Been You, another one by Andrea Morrow. They came for you, but they got the wrong house. And Julie Clark, the ghostwriter. Julie Clark was literally one of the first authors I started reading. It was Julie Clark. It was Sally Hempworth. And I feel like there was another one where I just kept buying their books. But I really, like, this really got me back into that, like, thriller reads. And so she has a new one, and I'm like, let me get it. It was the Sarah Pickenen, and I can't remember that duo. That was another one that I was definitely vibing with when I first started. All right. We want everything to be so cute, but this was not the most practical setup. Okay, I'm going to start from the bottom. My guy, Stephen Graham Jones, The Buffalo Hunter. I read several of his books last year, and this was the newest one. Like, this one came out last year, but because I had read so many of the other ones, I didn't get to it, but I have it here. Lisa Jewell, Don't Let Him In. Literally was like, I am good on Lisa. I'm not going to buy this book when I was in the bookstore one day. Why did I come home and I was like, oh crap, I had already bought the book? Because Lisa just do what she want to do. Like, I feel like I read one of her books and literally nothing happened. And I'm like, I really thought I was about to get some good psychotic behavior, and literally I got nothing from it. And then I read another book and I was like, okay, this one was better, but so hopefully Lisa redeems herself with that one. And the last stack, the last 5, With a Kiss We Die. This one is by L.R. Dorn. Blood Sugar by Sasha Rothschild. J.A. Jance, Blessing of the Girls, or Blessing of the Lost Girls. Let me put these down. No One Was Supposed to Die at This Wedding by Catherine Mack. She wrote Every Time I Go on Vacation, Someone Dies. I am very, very excited about this one. This is light, cute mystery. So if you're somebody who wants to get into like mystery and thrillers, but you don't want something too heavy, I think this would be really good. The last one was super fun to read. It was funny, it was thrilling, and I was just like, I didn't expect that at the end. And I was really excited to find out that this was in fact going to be a series, because that last one, Every Time I Go on Vacation, Someone Dies, that was like the first one. I don't know if it's their first book, but at least the first book in this series. So very excited to get into this one. And then the last one we hear is How to Kill Your Best Friend by Lexi Elliott. I think this is going to be really good because the best friend that she's trying to figure out how to kill is already dead. I'm pretty sure that's what the summary of this one said. I'm like, they're dead. I don't understand what more you want. So that is all. Those are all the books on my TBR. I feel like we got to count them out. So let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 35, 36, 37, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 55 books, y'all. We got 55 books on the TBR. So we'll see how long it takes to get through this. The good thing is most of the book, well, no, I think like 2 of those books do come out this month. But a lot of the books I got my eyes on, they come out like through the year. But no, we got 55 books. I think we can definitely get them done. Y'all, please hold me accountable. If I do my next TBR video and you don't see those 2 that I said have been on my TBR for like years, please call me out. Call me out, because I need to get them off of here. They deserve to be read. They deserve to be loved. Thank you guys for watching this video. My name is Sho'Shanna. For those of you who are new, welcome. Please join the family. And for those of you who keep coming back, thank you guys so much. What's on your TBR? I want to see what you got on those shelves too. So, put them down below. Link your channel so I can watch your videos too, because I absolutely love being able to watch the people that watch me. I think that's cool. And I'll see you in the next one.